All right, everyone. This is a Freemasonry Among Coloreds. It's a book that was put out by John Jones in 1866 out of Chicago, as you guys can see. And I want to read the argument page. In dedicating this pamphlet to the Masonic fraternity composed of brethren of African descent, the author or compiler does not suppose that the work could not have been accomplished much better by others if they would have done so. Because they would not do it, I have made the attempt. I do so impressed that although the harvest is ripe, the laborers are comparatively few. We have been subjected to the storms of life as well as as the sunshine. And with that experience, we feel that we cannot do less than address the Masonic fraternity on a subject so vital to our best interests. If Masonry has elevated the white man, and they say it has, it will elevate the black man. And if you expect to be elevated by its influences, you must study its fundamental principles. Like every other science, whether moral or physical, Masonry, to be rightly estimated, must be understood in all of its incidents and conditions. The intelligent brother values it according as he has investigated its history and studied its philosophy. Any work, therefore, that should furnish this information and meet these requirements should be studied carefully by people desiring to be elected to the highest condition attainable. Right there. You cannot get to the top unless you're a Mason. A man only becomes a practical Christian as he studies the life and character of the best patterns of Christianity. The nearer he lives to the pattern laid down by Jesus Christ, the more his piety will show forth to those who observe his daily works. From the commencement of the world, we may trace the foundation of Masonry. Ever since cemetery began and harmony displayed her charms, our order has had a being. During many ages and in many different countries it has flourished. In the dark periods of inequity, when literature was in low state and the rude manners of our forefathers withheld from them that knowledge we are now so amply share, Masonry diffused its influence. This science unveiled, arts arose, civilization took place, and the progress of knowledge and philosophy gradually dispelled the gloom of ignorance and barbarianism. Government being settled, authority was given to laws, and the assemblies of the fraternity acquired the patronage of the great and the good. While the tenets of the profession were attended with unbounded utility, Masonry is a science confined to no particular country, but diffused over the whole terrestrial globe. Wherever the arts flourish, there it flourishes too. Add to this that the secret and inviolability. So they're telling you right there that this is basically a black Mason, pleading to his other fellow African American brothers to join the fraternity, so that way they can be elevated as the white man is, as their exact words say. And it says it will elevate the black man. And I was just talking with an African American lady the other day about this. She was saying that her father was a Mason and that he worked for the railroad, and her grandfather was a Mason and he worked for the railroad, and how a lot of African Americans back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, started joining these fraternities so that way they could get these high positions of rank and whatnot. So shouldn't surprise anybody what I'm reading here. So just thought I'd share this with you. This is just a small little part, but like it says here, it's been going on since the beginning of time, since the Dark Ages, even if it was called something different. During many ages and many different periods, and in every country, it has flourished. No matter how hard, certain edicts have come out against Masonry or popes or the Tsar of Russia or on and on and on, Freemasonry lives on, and the people who are the movers and shakers of this world, they're involved in it. They're the ones that are in those clubs. They usually start off with, usually their parents are involved in it or a family member, and they take them to, these clubs early on, the Rainbow Girls, the, Demole, and all these type of organizations, and they start them off young, and then once they get into the college, they join the fraternities, and then once they graduate from college, they join the Masonic bodies, and it's just, keeping the people in the circle. It's controlled, just like everything in this world, and I just wanted to share this with you guys.